Game 2 of tonight's doubleheader just about set for action. The Stallions coming off of a thrilling 4-3 victory over the Glens Falls Dragons, looking to sweep today's twin bill. And we've all the action for you on the Stallions Broadcast Network. John Gross, Jake Starr, and you with us live from Eastfield in Glens Falls, New York. David Shackelford will lead off for Saugerties in their road charcoal gray tops with lighter gray pants. Glens Falls all-white unis. Red letters and numbers. Shackelford, who is headed to Arizona in the fall, leads off and watches a first pitch strike from Reese DeCastro, making the start for the Dragons.
Second start of the season for DeCastro John, 1-0 of 3.60 ERA, 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts.
The 0-1 is fouled away on the first base side, 0-2. Again, a 4-3 win for Saugerties in the first game. Was another game where the Stallions showed that they can battle back. They got behind late and ran away with the victory. Shackelford drives the 0-2 pitch into right center field. Takes a big turnaround first. He'll retreat to the bag. And a leadoff single for Saugerties via David Shackelford.
First hit in a Stallions uniform for David Shackelford. Reached base a couple of times on Sunday against Amsterdam. Was hit by a pitch, drew a walk, but really nice piece of hitting there. Got a fastball away from Reese DeCastro and just took it to right field.
So that brings up Noah Berghammer, who had a very impressive offensive game in the first game. Was 2 for 2 with 2 singles. He also walked. Good to see from Noah. Now he's being rewarded by being slotted up in the 2 spot.
Yeah, Noah looked good in game 1, as you said, John. Just had really good at-bats. Drove the ball well. Like to see it.
First offering from the righty DeCastro works the inside part of the plate, 0-1.
Berghammer, somebody whose playing time has been a bit more sparse this season, but as we said, getting more at-bats here as of late, taking advantage of it.
The 0-1 Fandon make that 0-2 with nobody out and a runner on first. Stallions entered today 17-7 in the year. Glens Falls now 7-18. Berghammer steps back in, taps the plate, awaits the 0-2 from the righty. Shackelford takes off. Here's the throw down from Collins. It is not in time, and it's a Benson steal. Right off the bat for the Stallions. Benson steal, they put stuff up. You can't knock down.
And now that's the first stolen base in a Stallions uniform for David Shackelford. We've seen just in the last couple of minutes, John, just why Shackelford was such a highly touted prospect heading to Arizona in the fall. Really good piece of hitting there, showcased the wheels. Was a little surprised to see him in that leadoff spot and only his second appearance, but Rich Drube said, I'm going to place my trust in you, and Shackelford is making it pay off so far.
1-2 delivery, Berghammer slaps it back, and the count stays put, nobody out. Scoreless top of the first. What were some things that stood out to you, Jake, from the first game?
I mean, just the ability to battle back. The bats weren't great. They definitely struggled against this Glens Falls staff, and we kind of saw the same theme that we saw last Tuesday when these teams matched up at Cantine Field. Just the ability to battle back late, and that's something that's going to be important as we head down the stretch in this season. Obviously, on paper, the Stallions are, a much better team than the Dragons, but at the same time, this is a Dragons team that's going to fight. They're a team that, they have a lot of pride. They're not going to go down easily, and we've seen that these last couple of matchups. So if you're the Stallions, even though the records say otherwise, Stallions, 10.5 game lead over the Dragons in the standings, got to be prepared for a heavyweight battle every time these teams match up.
We've seen a handful of close games, including the last 2 games between these two sides have come down to the final inning. And how about this at bat? Another foul back by Noah Berghammer, his third with 2 strikes on him, and the top of the first. You look back early in the season, it was competitive here. Then Glens Falls won a game at Saugerties 13-12, and back in the 29th, they came down to a walk-off hit for the Stallions to win, and then just a half an hour ago or so, the Stallions won on a go-ahead walk in the 7th. Berghammer, bouncer, just underneath the glove of DeCastro, and everybody's safe. First and third for the Stallions, still no outs in the first.
Make that 3 for 3 on the day so far for Noah Berghammer, and that's just one of the situations. Didn't hit it hard, but hit it in the right spot. Working it back up the middle. Never can go wrong with that. Went right under the pitcher, the Castro's glove, and Berghammer, pretty fleet of foot, was able to get there quickly. Now you got Josh Stevenson, who's been one of the hotter hitters on this team at the plate.
And so back-to-back hits for the Stallions to start off this first. Josh Stevenson again slotted in the 3-hole as he watches a pitch work the outside corner. Was 0 for 4 in the first game, which snapped a 7-game hit streak for the future LSU Tiger.
Well, no better time to get hot again than right now if you're Stevenson.
0-1. Chopper bounces towards the second baseman, McDaniel. He slides to his left, throw to first in time, but that does bring home Shackelford. So the Stallions strike first. An RBI ground out by Josh Stevenson, his second ribby of the day.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not the hardest hit ball, but it's a productive out for Josh Stevenson. Hit the ball towards the second baseman, hit it behind both runners so they couldn't double him up and get Berghammer out at second, and it gets a run home. Good start for the Stallions so far. Now you got a runner in scoring position with only one out, and got one of your best hitters in Kip Fugers at the plate.
Kip did not play game one, but as this pitch is caught up under the legs of Collins, look back to, I believe it was the last time that we played here in the ninth inning. Had a monster blast to center, was a grand slam, so a place where he's found some success at the plate. One away, 1-0 Stallions, top of the first. The 1-0 pitch home is just high, 2-0.
Yeah, that center field wall here at East Field, one of the deeper center field fences that we've seen so far this season and throughout the PGCBL. So Kip's a strong guy, and he really showed off that strength in that 19-2 win here a couple weeks back.
And that left center area where he hit it gets pretty deep as the 2-0 dips down and outside, ball 3. On second is Berghammer, who reached on a single.
Your Kip here obviously way ahead in the count, so need to be smart now.
3-0, he's swinging for it. And he fouls it, 3-1.
Well, took a big hack there. Gonna hopefully, if you're Kip, obviously a base open, so maybe they won't come back to him over the plate here, but could maybe get a good pitch here if you're Fugers.
Hitters count 3-1 to Kip Fugers with Berghammer dancing off at second. The pitch home. Paints the outside corner. Full count, 1 away.
Absolute paint job there by De Castro. We saw in game 1 it was a wider strike zone. Looks to be a little bit tighter here in game 2. See how that trend continues throughout the night.
Full count on Fugers. The pitch from De Castro is crushed to left field. Stolper going back. He's looking up, and that ball is gone. A 2-run full count home run by Kip Fugers. And the Fuger corn strikes again. 3-0 Saugerties at the top of the first.
Man, after struggling in that first game, Stallions bats have come out working tonight. Kip Fugers gets ahead in the count, forces De Castro to come back to him, gets a fastball middle in right about thigh high, and just absolutely turns on it. Team leading third home run of the season, and man, Kip's a strong guy and showcased that strength right there. So 2 of his 3 home runs now have come here.
Absolutely, and both have combined for 6 total runs brought in. Cade Verduzco puts the first pitch he sees into right field. That drops in front of Cole Durkin. And Verduzco started to go to second. He'll retreat back to first. But 4 hits for Saugerties, and with the RBI ground out by Stevenson, all 5 at-bats so far for the Stallions have been very productive ones.
Yeah, 5 at-bats, 4 hits, an RBI ground out. Line's rolling right now. I think these guys said, okay, we're tired of playing these guys close. Let's get out to a lead early and show why the Stallions are arguably second or third best team in this league record-wise.
Albert Jennings aggressive at the plate, fouls it out of play, third base side of the bleachers. And hey, he's somebody who has really picked it up. Early in the season was struggling, but his bat has come alive as of late. He's been working very closely with Adam Cray. Took some advice from Shane Spencer as well, and it's been working for him. As the lefty awaits the 0-1 and gets a good piece of this into right. Another base knock for Saugerties as Verduzco hustles around second. He's sliding to third, and he is safe. Runners on the corners after the single by Albert Jennings.
Man, John, they are just going to work early. De Castro just fastball is just flat. And when it's flat, it's not that hard. It's in about mid-80s. It's just up over the plate. And these Stallions bats, man, they're hot.
And Andrew Wilhite has a chance to continue on this hit parade. 6 batters have come to the plate for Saugerties. 5 have recorded hits. First and third for the Stallions. First offering, Wilhite pulls back in a bunt. It's taken for a strike. 3-0 Saugerties, top of the first. Runners on the corners, both Verduzco and Jennings, reached on singles. Coming off of a 4-3 nail-biting win for the Stallions. Looking to win now 2 games in a row and sweep today's doubleheader. Two-seamer, tails away, 1-1. And this is a team, Jake, we've seen them do this a couple times this season. When they can hit, they can really hit.
No, this is a team that, they have the bats. And the Castros is the perfect pitcher for them to go against. That's another well-hit ball.
Wilhite into left center on the move. It is caught by Stolper. The runners have to retreat. Jennings back to first. Verduzco was wisely tagging from third. He comes home to score. 4-0 Stallions, top of the first.
And another one right there. Nice piece of hitting there from Wilhite. And every batter tonight, there's been 7 at-bats so far tonight. I guess technically 6 because Wilhite's sack. It's more of a plate appearance there. But everyone's been productive tonight. Everyone that's come to the plate has done a job.
First pitch is high to Jack Renwick. 4-0 Stallions, a 1-0 count with 2 outs in the top of the first. 4 runs scored for Saugerties as Renwick watches low. It's blocked by Collins. 2-0. Renwick was 0 for 2 in Game 1 today. He waits the 2-0 offering, but first DeCastro will check back at first. Pickoff attempt unsuccessful. Keep in mind, this is a 7-inning game, so there's less time for Glens Falls to make up what's already a pretty sizable deficit. Renwick, line drive, third base side, that's a fair ball. It'll roll into the corner, just shy of the fence. Around third is Jennings. Renwick to second. Relay throw is over the head of the shortstop Murphy, and Jennings is plated. An RBI double. Jack Renwick, 5-0 Stallions.
How many more ways can I just say, wow? They're just doing everything right this inning, John. 5 runs in the first. Already outscored themselves from what happened in Game 1. I guess they were just, maybe a little frustrated that it's been so close the last 2 times out against these guys. So they're, playing the way they should.
And Gene Napolitano, who has reached base in every single game that he started this year, will dig in. The 9-hitter.
Best hitter is a 9-hitter. Don't hear that one often.
First pitch works its way into the zone, 0-1. So you have Iverson on deck. This would be the first time this season that the Stallions have batted through, if Napolitano reaches, would be the first time they've batted through the lineup in the first time through the lineup, as Collins picks the two-seamer outside, looked back to second, no throw, 1-1.
Got 6 hits this inning, too, and it's not even like Glens Falls hasn't gifted them anything. These have all just been on hard-hit balls.
1-1 count. Here's the throw down to second from Collins, and that might have actually hit Jack Renwick.
You see him grabbing that left knee. Appears to be okay, thankfully.
Did hit him, but he's all good to go. Napolitano steps out, faces a 2-1 count with 2 outs from Reese DeCastro, who's been hit around so far. 5 runs and 6 hits for Saugerties in the top of the first. Renwick on second. The pitch home is high, 3-1.
If you're Napolitano, somebody who's, as you said, John, swung the bat very well so far this season. He's looking to get a good pitch here to hit, find a way to drive it.
The full count home, high ball 4, and Napolitano, his streak continues, has reached base in every single game that he started this year. And Nick Iverson comes to the plate. Might be it for DeCastro. John Mueller to the mound. He looks down to the bullpen. Will we get the point? And yes, that's it. Reese DeCastro exits 2/3 of an inning in and has thus far 5 runs to his name. As we remain at the top of the first, a pitching change for the Dragons. 5-0 Stallions, first and second with 2 outs. Zach Vavasauer enters for Glens Falls as he faces Nick Iverson, who crushes this ball into left center field. You gotta hit, you gotta hit, you gotta hit as Renwick rounds third. He'll score. Napolitano trots into third, and it's a stand-up double for Nick Iverson, and the Stallions have batted through in the top of the first. It's 6-0 Saugerties on the double by Iverson.
Everybody's hitting today. Have to move over my scorebook a little bit. Now that we're back to the top of the lineup to Shackelford, who got this all started with a single. Now it's 6-0 Saugerties.
Safe to say, Jake, I think the best start to a game that we've seen this year.
I'd say it's safe to say. And if you're Austin Cole sitting there in the dugout, you're probably feeling quite good about yourself right now.
Yeah, Cole will make the start for Saugerties. It'll be his second start of the year, and has a nice cushion. Shackelford at the plate. Like Jake said, started this all off with a single. He watches one over the plate. Strike one. Vavasauer on the season, a .956 ERA in 16 innings, and has 11 strikeouts. Righty to righty. Vavasauer looks to third. Settles belt high in the 0-1. He'll deal to the plate, and it's lifted back foul 0-2.
It's all good swings, though. Even though that was fouled off, that's a good swing by Shackelford. He's seen the ball well tonight, too.
Oh, 2 count on Shackelford. 2 away in this 6-run top of the first for Saugerties. They have runners on second and third in Napolitano and Iverson. Vavasauer kicks and deals. 0-2 high, 1-2. Just a 7-inning game. Second leg of today's doubleheader. The Stallions took the first 4-3. And entering the 7th inning, which was the last, they only had 2 runs. They have surpassed their total
easily
with ease in this game. Shackelford watches pitch slide away, 2-2.
There's 2 more out there, too. A single makes this an 8-0 ball game.
And since it is just 7 innings, there is no mercy rule.
So we're playing 7 tonight, John.
Shackelford back of the dish. Second and third. Vavasauer leans in. Ready's from the stretch. 2-2 pitch, 2 outs. 6-0 Stallions, top of the first. He'll pitch home. Shackelford lifts this to center. Sprinting back, listing. Camps underneath. Makes the catch and ends the inning. 6 runs for Saugerties as we head to the bottom of the first. 6 runs on 7 hits for the Stallions, and it's 6-0 Stallions. Bottom of the first after this. Saugerties Stallions Broadcast Network. Bottom of the first from Eastfield, 6-0 Stallions. A comfortable lead for Austin Cole. We'll give you his numbers in a second, but first, Stallions Baseball is brought to you by 5-Star Words and Tees, Top Custom Team Gear Awards. Benson Steel, the Stallions Stolen Base sponsor. They put stuff up you can't knock down. Bob Garrick Septic, honest, dependable, reliable. If you need it pumped out, call Bob. BP's Carpentry and Maintenance, Delvecchia and Craft Injury Lawyers, the Stallions Hit by Pitch sponsor. If you've been hit, call Delvecchia and Craft Injury Attorneys.
Austin Cole out there making his second start of the season, 8th appearance overall. He's gone 7 1/3, 0-1, a 3.68 ERA, 3 hits given up, 8 walks, 4 strikeouts. So, John, the command's been the issue for him this season. So, you got a big lead now to work with. So, see if he can find a way to work on that and just settle things down here. Not really much pressure on him to start.
He started opening night, came out of the bullpen in every appearance since then. Now back as a starter. And a 6-0 lead. Corey Listing will lead off, was 1 for 2 in the first game in the 4-3 Stallions victory. The 6'8" Austin Cole offers home the first pitch, and it's a little bit high, 1-0. Cole, the Red Hook, New York native, a local product out of the College of St. Rose, second-year Stallion, who was a 2019 PGCBL All-Star. 1-0, again high, 2-0.
Cole just trying to find a way to regain some of that magic that he had a couple seasons ago. Obviously hasn't really seen a ton of action, only 7 1/3 innings, but as they said, tonight's a great opportunity for him to turn things around.
2-0 count from Cole as the lights are on here at East Field. It's foul back, 2-1. Sun setting in what has turned out to be a fantastic night for baseball. Temperatures now, what do you have in your
We're looking at
watch?
81, mostly cloudy.
81, mostly cloudy. That's not bad. I'll take it. It was up in the 90s earlier today, but it's dropped down a nice amount, and no rain, which is the key. 2-1 from Austin is way upstairs, 3-1. 6-0 Stallions, bottom of the first. Cole will take his time as Listing steps out as well. It's a hitter's count at 3-1. Cole kicks it, offers. Gets a high foul back. Napolitano gives chase. And it's out of play. And a fan just caught it on a couple bounces.
Nice.
Nice young fella. Just got it. Nice play.
Last time we were here, I had a nice catch off a couple bounces too.
You did. Were you ready for that? Because you were on your laptop
I
too.
had my
Were you surprised by it that it came to you?
Well, once I saw it bounce, I was up and ready, and then it saw it took a couple more bounces, and then it just took a nice friendly hop. Caught it with the left hand. Kept, soft hands.
Full count offering from Cole. He is again lined back, and the count stays full. So you are the only member of our team, our entire media team with the Stallions, who has caught a foul ball this year.
I think that would be correct.
And what'd you do with the ball? You gave it back?
Gave it to a kid.
Gave it? Oh, what a guy.
I let the kid get his soda, hot dog, and
$1.
dollar bill.
What a guy, Jake Starr. Here's the full count offering from Austin Cole. Is above the helmet, and listing works the leadoff walk.
Look, if I was hungry or thirsty or needed that dollar bill, I think I would have had to keep the ball for myself.
If I had a foul ball right now, I would go get some food and a drink because I'm hungry.
Maybe we'll get one up in the press box, even though both windows are shut in front of us.
That would be something. Shattered glass or plexiglass, whatever this is. Brings up Quinn McDaniel. Did not play in the first game. Watches upstairs, 1-0. Well, I know it's still early in this game, but I do want to let our viewers know that we're opening this up again. Furthest viewer, we're going to bring the game back. We didn't do it for game one, so let us know where you're watching from. And whoever is watching from the furthest, as Cole slings it back to first, not in time, you win. You don't win anything special, but you win the pride of knowing that you are the Stallions fan watching from the furthest away.
Probably get some out in California. I know we got a couple of California guys on this team, so might be a little close when it comes to distance.
1-0 from Cole. That's on the outer corner. 1-1. 6-0 Stallions, bottom of the first. Nobody at listing on first. Yes, 6 runs scored by the Stallions at the top of the first on 7 hits. The Stallions sent 11 batters to the plate, ended with a David Shackelford flyout to center. 1-1 to McDaniel. Missed tying in, 2-1.
Yeah, missing up a bit early on. It was Austin Cole, kind of just a product of rushing the delivery a little bit. Just missing up. Got to kind of just trust the body more and less of the arm. And, good things will happen if you hit your spots. Pitch to contact.
2-1 from Cole. Skied to center field. Back goes Shackelford looking up. And that is a 2-run home run by Quinn McDaniel. So if you thought 6 runs were more than enough for the Stallions in the first, think again. The Dragons are within 4.
Well, this ball game's definitely not over yet, John. Just ball that was kind of left up over the plate. Cole was struggling with his command, kind of forced to come back with a fastball. Caught too much of the plate, and McDaniels, we talked about how deep that center field fence is. That ball hit about 400 feet, and Glens Falls cuts the lead to 4.
And still nobody out. It's Nick Marola out of UMass, another guy who did not play in the first game. Some really cool cleats. As he watches a fastball work over the outer portion of the plate. Has red cleats with neon yellow heels. I like it. Cole delivers 0-1. Swing and a miss on a down and outside pitch, 0-2. And you'd love to see Cole respond well here because he's a guy who, again, has struggled at times this year, but this could be a confidence boost for him if he could finish off this inning.
Absolutely. And he's up 0-2 now, which helps.
0-2 is smacked to left center field. 3 players converge on it, and Albert Jennings trots in from left to make the grab for the first down of the first.
Bit of an awkward-looking catch there by Jennings. Kind of had to drop the glove down a little bit to make the play, but does the job. That's all you can ask for.
John Collins, third straight player who did not play in the first game, comes to the plate with the bases now empty and 1 away in a 6-2 game as Cole bounces a pitch down and away.
John Collins, didn't have any other commitments as in the NBA Finals tonight, so
no,
they wouldn't make it up here to Glens Falls.
Yeah, John Collins of the Atlanta Hawks. His Hawk side lost. Fastball upstairs 2-0. I still pains me because my Nets should be playing
My
tonight.
Sixers too.
My Nets should be playing tonight.
And Giannis is playing tonight though.
He is that. They announced that
was just
officially.
announced.
Wow, there you go. Giannis Antetokounmpo playing tonight. 2-0 from Cole, who is about the size of a basketball player at 6'8", is fouled back 2-1.
Got Cole. We saw Simprick last game. We saw Walker last game. Could field a basketball team.
Seriously.
With some of these Stallions players, John.
I've said it before in the broadcast. I think the Stallions have the tallest team in the PGCBL. At least at the top. With pitchers, yep. You have 6'8", you have 6'7" in, I think Connor Bruce is 6'7". You have 6'6", 6'5", 2-1.
Marcosio up there too.
Yeah, Dom Marcosio I think is 6'3". No, Simprick is 6'7". I think Connor Bruce is like 6'4". Walker 6'5". Yeah, you'd have a solid. That's like a solid sized college basketball team.
Yeah, if all the PGCBL teams put out 5 for a basketball tournament, I like the chances of the Stallions.
2-2 from Austin Cole. With one away, 6-2 Stallions, bottom of the first. He comes set, he kicks, he delivers, and he fans John Collins. First Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union strikeout of the night, 2 outs.
John's getting a little delivery here in the broadcast booth as well. But 2 straight outs there for Cole. Nice strikeout there. That's what you like to see from him.
So 2 outs, responding after the home run, like you said, brings up Cole Durkin. Takes a pitch low. 1-0. And talking about basketball players of the PGCBL, 2 years ago, Albany had a player by the name of Connor McCaffrey. Does that name ring a bell?
It does. It's wasn't that Frank McCaffrey's son?
Fran McCaffrey's son, Iowa basketball player who also played baseball, and he played for the Albany Dutchmen in 2019. 1-0, line back. Now, if the netting wasn't there,
That's
that
right
ball
to
probably would have come to us. Yeah.
Now, Connor McCaffrey, was he the one that played a lot, or was there another McCaffrey brother?
I think it was his brother was the one who played more.
Yes.
Trying to remember. We'll have to pull up the Iowa men's basketball stats. Never thought we'd be talking about Iowa men's basketball on the broadcast this year. But
I remember the McCaffrey son was getting chirped heavily by the Legion of Blue, Penn State student section a couple years ago at the Bryce Jordan Center.
1-1, swing and a miss. 1-2 from Austin Cole. 6-2 Stallions, bottom of the first, as Durkin comes back to the plate. It's a 1-2 count with 2 away. Cole looking to shut the door. The lights are on here, brought to you by Richards Electric. Austin Cole fires home. Bouncer back towards the mound. Cole charges in. He'll throw on the move. He'll sidearm fling it to first. And that's in time. As we head to the top of the second, 2 runs come across for Glens Falls on 1 hit. Headed to the top of the second, 6-2 Saugerties on the Stallions Broadcast Network. 2-3, 4-2 up for the Stallions, who lead 6-2. In the top of the second, it's Noah Berghammer, who is 1 for 1, reached base on an infield single. The first offering from Vavasauer is roped into left center. This will hang up in the air enough for Listing to have a diving chance at it, and he makes the play on the move in left center for the first out.
Keeping Listing busy out there. Second straight catch for him, and a beauty at that one. Maybe you'll see it on Sports Center tonight. Nice job. Great first step. Races that left center field gap and just goes full extension to make that play. Saves extra bases off the bat of Noah Berghammer.
1 pitch, 1 out for Josh Stevenson, who reached, or part of it did not reach, but he brought in a run on a ground out to second. First offering to the lefty is cut out and missed, 0-1.
Don't love swinging at the first pitch there after the batter before you was out on one pitch. Usually you want to take that and at least get some pitchers on Vavasauer here.
Vavasauer kicks and offers, and a swinging strike 2 on an off-speed pitch. Stevenson will step out. He'll tap the plate twice. Now rest the bat over his left shoulder. Vavasauer on the 0-2 offering. Spoiled back. Count stays 0-2.
Good fight there by Stevenson. Fastball might have been outside, but the way these games have been up tonight, definitely been a wider zone in game 1, and that's continuing in the game 2. So when it gets to 2 strikes, you got to protect.
0-2 count, 1 away. Bases are empty. Vavasauer stands upright. Now comes through the motion. Curveball misses outside. 1-2. And Jake, we have your first comment. Patty Cohn checking in from Tampa while awaiting the arrival of Hurricane Elsa. Well, to the Cohns and to everyone in the path of Hurricane Elsa, please stay safe. We send our best to you. Yes,
He's thinking
absolutely.
about you.
1-2 pitch misses outside. 2-2.
Be remiss if I didn't thank the Cones for all their support. They're always watching. They're always commenting.
Mm-hmm.
And we love when the fans and the players' families interact with us on YouTube, social media. So, always give us a shout. Say hi. We might say hi back.
2-2 is poked foul down the third base side to keep the at-bat going. 6-2 Stallions, top of the second. In the second leg of tonight's doubleheader. Both games, the doubleheaders, are 7 innings long, which I like. 9-inning games can be too much. And actually, prior to this season in college baseball, doubleheaders were 9-inning games each.
This year they did 9s and 7s, actually.
Yeah, which I very much preferred, as the 2-2 is high and away, 3-2. It's too long, 18 innings, and that's dangerous for your pitching too. And your limited options.
I would like to see Major League Baseball eventually get back to the 9-inning doubleheaders, but any league below that, I'm totally fine doing 7.
3-2, and again Stevenson fights it off. So Josh Stevenson is putting together a heck of a fight with 2 strikes on him.
I mean, he got that 0-2, John, and then he's just been fighting, fouling him off. So that'll be pitch number 9 or 10 of the at-bat here.
Counts full with 1 out for Stevenson. The offering from Vavasauer is upstairs, so Josh Stevenson, after getting behind 0-2, works a walk.
That's a professional at-bat by Josh Stevenson. That's something, you're watching him heading down that. There's a reason why he's going to a program like LSU. And it's, the kid hits. He's hitting over 300 on the season. But also, he can work at-bats like that. And really good job by Stevenson. Gets a quality at-bat and then gets rewarded with the walk.
Now, mound visit from Collins on Vavasauer to preview the at-bat against Kip Fugers, who is 1 for 1. And, Jake, it was a big one. A 2-run home run to left. His second home run at East Field this season. So he crushed it to left field. Waits the first pitch from Vavasauer with a runner on base. Vavasauer will throw back to first, not in time.
Yeah, he crushed that first one. Both his home runs here have been absolutely crushed. The first one he had was a straightaway center field over 400 feet. That one was probably touching 4, probably a little bit less, as it went over that left field wall.
First pitch home is pop back foul, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Kip Fugers. It's low, and Stevenson's on his way to second. It's blocked down by Collins, who just threw it to second, and I think that one hit Stevenson.
Who appears to look okay.
Ooh.
Luckily, it looks like he is rubbing off that to that left elbow a little bit. Looks like he's okay. I mean, if you're Collins, I don't see any reason why you even bother throwing that ball. By the time you picked it up, Stevenson was there already. And by the time the ball got there, Stevenson was already standing on the bag as the ball hit him.
We'll chalk that up as a Benson steal. Benson steal, they put stuff up. You can't knock down. 1-1. Inner part of the plate. 1-2 on Kip Fugers. 6-2 Stallions, top of the second. Stevenson leads off at second with one away. And now a 1-2 count. Pitch home to Fugers. And he went around, tagged out on the drop third strike, 2 outs.
From this angle, I don't think he went. I don't know if you saw anything different, John.
To be honest, can't tell from where we are, really.
It's a tough angle, but it did look like he held, but home plate umpire's got a better view than it than we do. There's a reason he's down there and we're up here.
Kane Verduzco is 1 for 1, had a single back in that 6-run, 7-hit first inning. Stevenson inching off at second. Foul back by Verduzco, 0-1.
Verduzco had a single his first time up, worked a couple of really good at-bats back on Sunday against Amsterdam. Obviously not a lot to be happy about from that game, but Verduzco drew a couple of walks on just some really nice at-bats.
A 1 count. Stallions lead by 4 in the top of the second. The pitch home is low, taken by Verduzco, 1-1.
Got one out there for you. Can never add too many insurance runs either.
One pitch is down and in. And I do see on our screen that the broadcast is a little bit blurry because we're behind a window. We'll try to adjust that during the next half break, so just bear with us on that. Well, the score 6-2, top of the second. 2 outs, a runner on second. And the 2-1 pitch is high, 3-1.
Got a base open if you're Verduzco, so no need to force the issue here. Know your pitch, know your spot. And if, you get it, let it rip.
The game that has moved at a much slower pace than the first game, at least in the early portions of that first game. It's 3-1 to Verduzco with 2 outs and a runner on second. Vavasauer deals a high drive to left. It's foul, and I think just bounced across the street.
Yeah, I got a hold of it, but a little bit early there for Verduzco. And yeah, game 1 about 2.5 hours, John. So we're looking at about 45 minutes so far into this second game.
Full count to Verduzco. Stevenson leads at second. The pitch home, down and in, ball 4. And it's a 2-out walk for Cade Verduzco, who has now reached base in both at-bats tonight.
Second walk of the inning there for Vavasauer, who relieved Reese DeCastro, who really struggled tonight. John went 2/3 of an inning, 6 hits, 6 runs. All of them were earned, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Just didn't have it tonight. Fastball was flat, really not that hard, just left up over the plate, and the Stallions hitters made him pay.
Albert Jennings, one of the guys who made him pay, had a single and then later scored. As the lefty, who has really turned things up quite a bit in the batter's box, watches strike 1 at the knees.
Jennings had hit his first time up, hitting about 230 on the season so far.
Counts 0-1 to Jennings. The Stallions have runners on first and second. 0-1 delivery. Jennings swings and misses. Collins fakes the throw down to second. No toss. 0-2.
So you got to battle here. If you're Albert Jennings, gotta find a way to choke up, poke something the other way. Got guys out there for you. There's runs to score, but gotta fight to get them.
0-2 offering to Jennings with 2 away, and he fouls it back to stay alive.
That's a good start.
And one of the things I love about summer ball is you have a lot of fairly young players who are getting really good instruction, and you get to see their progress. I don't know if there's been anyone who has made more progress at the plate this year than Albert Jennings. He is a completely different hitter now than what he was even just a couple weeks ago.
No, he was really, really struggling so far. Start out this season, and they've really worked with him. I know Adam Cray's been working with him a lot, and it's really paying off.
1-2 count, 2 outs to Jennings. With runners on first and second. The Stallions leading 6-2. Ready to lefty, Vavasauer waits. Jennings patiently settled in the box. The 1-2 home is high for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. 6-2 Stallions in the top of the second. And Jennings watches ball 3 escape up. So the count's now full. And once again, Vavasauer in danger of issuing what would be his 3rd walk of the inning.
Yeah, last thing you want to do is give up free base runners, especially with 2 outs.
Count's full to Jennings. And a tied outside, ball 4. So that'll load the bases up for Andrew Wilhite.
Well, they've given you 3 free base runners. Now you got to make them pay.
Wilhite has an RBI already. It was in a fly out to left. Bases loaded with 2 outs. The first pitch is upstairs. 1-0. Again, we're trying to get this adjusted so that you can actually see the action. And there we go. Looks a lot better. Nicely done, Michael Gross. And should be all good to go through the window. Wilhite awaits the 1-0 with the bases loaded. And 2 outs. Vavasauer checks back to second. Deals inside, and that just clips the plate. 1-1.
Got 3 out there for you if you're Wilhite. Try to find a way to tack some more on.
6-2 Stallions, top of the second. Scored 6 runs in the first, looking to put something in the board in the second. It's a 1-1 to the lefty Wilhite. Lines it back foul and got it stuck in the net.
How about that? Don't see that one every day.
There's a little pocket where the top half of the netting ends, and it joins with the bottom half of the net, and he just dropped it in there.
Like a basketball shot.
Yeah. Bases juiced to 1-2 count, 2 outs. 6-2 Stallions. Vavasauer delivers, foul back, and the count remains 1-2.
Got a kid down there trying to throw his glove up there and jar or lose. Even if it gets jar or lose, I think it's coming back onto the field.
I think so too.
I don't think he'd be able to get his hot dog, soda, and dollar.
Well, he seemed pretty determined to get a foul ball, so I think he'll get one by the end of the game. Someone with that much dedication to getting a foul ball, I think he'll get one.
When you incentivize it the way they incentivize it here, there's a lot of motivation to chase after those foul balls.
1-2 with 2 outs to Wilhite. Vavasauer has walked the bases loaded, and he misses down and inside. And actually, that hit him. That hit Andrew Wilhite. So the Stallions put another run on the board. A Delvecchia and Kraft hit by pitch, RBI.
Appears to be okay too if it's Wilhite. Didn't hit him too hard with that off-speed pitch, but now it's been 3 walks and a hit by pitch this inning for Glens Falls. 2 walks and a hit by pitch have come with 2 outs too. Not what you want to see if you're the Dragons.
That brings Jack Renwick to the dish. The bases remain loaded. Renwick sends the first pitch he sees down the first base side. Keegan gives chase and tracks it down to end the inning. The Stallions put up another run. 1 run on no hits and 3 left on base. To the bottom of the second we go. 7-2 Stallions of the Saugerties Stallions Broadcast Network. Jack Stolper gets us started in the bottom of the second. Glens Falls enters this inning trailing by 5. John Gross alongside Jake Starr. Thanks for joining us on this. I am completely blanking out what night it is. It is
Tuesday.
a Tuesday night. There we go. First pitch from Austin Cole misses outside 1-0. I have to say, just the way that summer ball goes, you're playing every day, you lose track of the days.
Every day feels like the same.
It
I
does.
have no concept of weekdays and weekends.
1-0 lifted over the bleachers in the third base side, 1-1. I think everyone at this point of the summer, we're pretty set in our routines.
Yeah.
Today was a little bit different, though, with an earlier game as Cole misses outside in a fastball, 2-1.
All I know is off day versus game day.
Yep, pretty much. Cole behind 2-1 to the mound. He sets and offers home to Stolper, misses low. 3-1. Well, not a lot of pressure on Austin Cole right now. Again, just a 7-inning game, so you figure they'll probably want to get 3 or 4 innings out of him, and
Yeah,
he has a 5-run lead.
Yeah.
3-1 to Stolper, outside ball 4, so he'll start the inning off with a walk. The second walk issued by Cole.
Second straight leadoff walk as well. And the first inning, after Listing drew a leadoff walk, he came around the score. So obviously prognosis not great, but obviously you're up by 5. But at the same time, you're up by 5, so you should feel like just play your game. Just pump strikes in there. Don't have to worry about nibbling or anything else.
Kobe Burlett was 1 for 3 in game 1 of the doubleheader. His first at-bat of game 2 starts with a ball in the dirt, blocked by Gene Napolitano. The fields for the Stallions, it's Napolitano behind the plate, Iverson at third, Berghammer at short, Renwick second, Fugers first. Left to right of the outfield is Jennings, Shackelford, and Verduzco. 1-0 bounced foul, first base side, 1-1.
Brulette had a hit and a run in game one, looking to keep some of that momentum rolling.
Count even 1-1. Runner at first. And no out. Sounded like a broken bat. Into right field. Verduzco charges on it. And in one hops into his glove. I don't know, that sounded like a broken bat.
It definitely broke his bat.
And he got a good piece of it, too, with a broken bat.
Gonna need a new piece of lumber there. Yeah, really got a hold of it. That just shows his strength right there for Brulette. Just being able to, kind of muscle that one in the right center field for a hit, even though the bat broke.
First at bat of the day for Kyle Whitaker. With the runners in first and second and nobody out, he'll tap the plate. 7-2 Stallions, bottom of the second. Cole looks back at second. Now works home and dips down and outside. 6 runs came across to the first, 1 of the second for the Stallions. Glens Falls posted both runs in the bottom of the first.
And now Glens Falls threatening once again with 2 on, no outs.
Whitaker waits. Cole delivers on the 1-0. Fastball just high, 2-0. And hey, you mentioned it before. This has been what Austin Cole has struggled with and is trying to work through. His command just isn't there right now.
Yeah, and this is really just a no-pressure situation. You're up by 5 runs, so just throw strikes.
2-0, ground ball to short, fielded by Berghammer. He'll throw to second, on to first from Renwick. In time, double play. 6-4-3 gets 2, and there's now 2 outs at the bottom of the second.
Another double play for the Stallions. Had a couple in game one. One here tonight. Had a untraditional double play in game one where Goldsmith had a line drive and then he caught it and threw back the first, but more traditional there. Not the hardest hit ball, but Whitaker, not the fastest on his feet. They were able to turn that.
So after the double play ground out by Whitaker, brings up James Murphy. And Cole, after allowing the first 2 base runners to reach, can get out of this inning unscathed if he can retire Murphy, who watches ball 1 high. 7-2 Saugerties, 2 outs, bottom of the second. A 1-0 count from Austin Cole. On third is Jack Stolper, who reached on a walk. 1-0, cut out and missed, 1-1.
It just takes one hit, one batted ball to kind of change the course of an inning. Cole was struggling, walking a single, had 2 on with no outs, then rolls up a nice easy 6-4-3 double play and feels like a completely different inning now.
1-1 launch backwards, over the netting, towards the stands. Maybe that kid is going to get that foul ball. He should. I don't know where he is. Yeah, he's running over to get it.
Got to get on your horse.
And he's trying to find it now. And now he's out of my view, so I can't see if he found it. But it looks like there's a group of people over there, so he has some competition. A 1-2 on James Murphy with 2 outs and a runner on third. The pitch from Austin Cole. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Drop third strike. Napolitano backhands. Throw to first. In time, and Austin Cole shuts the door in the second with a Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union strikeout, his second of the night. So, no runs come across for the Dragons on 1 hit and 1 runner left in scoring position. Top of the third after this, 7-2 Stallions to the Saugerties Stallions Broadcast Network.
of the third inning from Eastfield here in Glens Falls. Stallions hold a 7-2 lead. That first pitch into G. Napolitano misses upstairs for a ball. Napolitano, Iverson, and Shackelford. 9-10-1 due up for the Stallions here in this top half of the third inning. Zach Vavasauer out for another inning of work. Winds and deals. Gets the outside corner for a called strike. It's 1-1 then Napolitano.
Another inning for the Stallions to pad this lead. Good stuff by Austin Cole to not allow any runs in the second.
Pitch from Vavasauer. Napolitano tried to check his swing. Home plate umpire is going to say he went. Going to make it 1-2 to the catcher from Marist, who walked back in the first, that long first inning that saw 11 Stallions head to the plate. Here's the 1-2. This is outside for a ball. Makes it 2-2 to Napolitano.
And that was the best first inning of the year that we've seen from the Stallions. We've seen them put up some big numbers a few times. 6 runs, 7 runs earlier this year at Glens Falls. They put up 9 against Albany in one inning.
2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Actually, I'm going to say it was foul. Tipped by Napolitano, says the home plate umpire. So we'll do it again at 2-2. Napolitano entered tonight, the leading hitter on the Stallions team. 370 overall. 2 home runs, 9 runs driven in, as that 2-2 from Vavasauer misses outside to run the count full.
And with this walk in his first at-bat, that incredible streak continues of reaching base in every game that he's started this year.
Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Strikeout number 2 for Zach Vavasauer. That'll bring the 10-hole hitter Nick Iverson to the plate. He's 1 for 1 tonight with a double.
Good to see Iverson get that bat going. Talked about this with Michael in the first game. He's somebody with the departure of Fritz Genther. Iverson's going to have a much bigger role. Whether he's slotted at second base and Renwick plays third, or Iverson gets the start at third base. Either way, he's going to be in the lineup a whole lot more. They're going to get a lot more at-bats, and you'd love to see him hit the ball like he did in the first game, or at least earlier in this game.
First pitch to Iverson, hit straight up in the infield. Keegan, the first baseman, trots into the infield grass. Makes the catch for the second out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out to Nick Iverson. 2 down, head back to the top of the lineup for David Shackelford, who's 1 for 2 tonight.
Well, the Stallions have sent up at least 7 batters in both innings so far. And looking a little bit different, at least so far in this third. But Shackelford does have a hit already. He was 1 for 2. He was the one who got things started in that 6-run first inning.
Shackelford single, stole second, ended up scoring in that first as he takes that first pitch curveball. Drops in there for a called strike from Zach Vavasauer. Counts 0-1 to Shackelford here in the top of the third inning. Stallions lead it 7-2 over Glens Falls. Vavasauer, the sidestep windup in the deal. There's another curveball there. Bounces in front of the catcher, Collins. And it's going to be a ball, 1-1.
And when DeCastro was in, you'd mentioned that his fastball just didn't really have it. I think Vavasauer, his has a little more juice on it. Hit his spots pretty well. Done a nice job so far to keep the Stallions' bats at bay since he entered the game.
His job's been to stop the bleeding. He's given up 1 run, came back in the second. Looks good here in the third. Here's the pitch. Rolled over towards third. It's going to be foul. And it's going to make it 1-2 to Shackelford.
And it hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows for Vavasauer. You look back at the second, he walked 3. He hit Wilhite with the bases loaded, so he gave up a run there. But definitely improvement compared to the start of Reese DeCastro.
Hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows. Pulling a little quote from the great Rocky Balboa. As the count's 1-2 with 2 outs to David Shackelford, here's the pitch. Chops that one towards short, but it's going to be a foul ball as it hit off of his foot and rolled out to about shallow shortstop for a ball that hit off his foot. Did travel nice distance. 1-2, 2 outs still to Shackelford.
Yeah, Rocky, one of my favorite movies.
You know, I have that entire monologue memorized.
Really?
It ain't about how hard you can hit. That was also my senior quote. But for public speaking class junior year, we had to pick a monologue to rehearse. That was mine. Here's the 1-2. Shackelford hits it hard towards short. Murphy's up with it. Throws it across. It's in time. And that will retire the side. 3 Stallions up, 3 Stallions down. Head of the bottom half of the third. 7-2 Saugerties. Saugerties Stallions Baseball and the Stallions Broadcast Network, brought to you by Design Yourself Strong Sports Performance. At DYS, they build better athletes. Dallas Hot Wieners, the official bullpen sponsor, bringing the hot sauce out of the bullpen. Dwyer Contracting, high-quality craftsmanship in a family-owned business. Efros Orthodontics, the official smile provider for the Stallions. Gristmill Realty, looking to sell, list with Gristmill. And Halter Associates Realty, making the right move with Halter. Bottom of the third inning, Stallions lead 7-2 over the Glens Falls Dragons. I'm Jake Starr, joined alongside by John Gross. Thanks for joining us on what is now a really nice Tuesday night here in upstate New York. And it'll be 10-1-2 due up this inning for the Dragons. Leading off, it's going to be Evan Keegan. Didn't play in the first half of this doubleheader. Gets the start tonight at first base. Anchors the bottom half of the lineup for Glens Falls. Austin Cole back out for his third inning of work. Has given up 2 runs on 2 hits. First pitch is an outside fastball that's waved on and missed by Keegan. Makes the count 0-1.
Keegan's one of the better, if not the best hitter on this Glens Falls team, and we've seen him now a couple times at the last 2 meetings between these two sides that he's played in. He's batted 10th, so they have him in the double leadoff slot.
Second pitch to him is a curveball, swung on and missed. Strike number 2. Makes the count 0-2 to Keegan as Corey Listing awaits on deck. The leadoff hitter, Quinn McDaniel, awaits in the hole. They both reached base and scored back in the bottom half of the first, as that 0-2 is a curveball down in the dirt. Makes it 1-2 to Evan Keegan.
And for Cole, you'd love to see another 0 on the board. Did a really good job getting out of the second inning. He started it off allowing back-to-back base runners, but then got a double play ball and a strikeout. Now up 1-2.
1-2, misses outside for a ball. 2-2, and said it last inning, John, how one pitch can really change the momentum and just the outlook of a game. Cole looked like he was struggling there in the second inning, and then rolls that 6-4-3 double play, follows it up with a strikeout. Just really settles him down and makes the night look a lot better for him as that 2-2 misses low and away. Runs the count full now to Keegan.
Yeah, I think it's just so important for Cole. A lot of this might come down to just confidence. Go out there and he could be a good pitcher. We've seen it. Look back 2 summers ago. He was an all-star. He was the starting pitcher in the all-star game. So we know it's there. Just have to be consistent with it.
Cole, the tall righty out of St. Rose, works from the stretch and deals. Back towards the middle, just over the head of Cole, in the center field for a base hit for Keegan. So Keegan works a nice at-bat, works the count back to 3-2, and then hits a beautiful ball back to up the middle. And it's another leadoff runner, 3rd time tonight in 3 at-bats that Glens Falls has reached base with its leadoff guy, and it'll bring Corey Listing, the one-hitter, to the plate.
But just 2 runs to show for it. That's a lot of credit to, again, the job that Cole did in the second inning to get out of it. But Cole nearly got hit by that line drive. He was just able to move out of the way.
First pitch to Listing, misses up and in for a ball. Makes the count 1-0. Listing, second plate appearance tonight. Walked and scored back in the first. Scored on that long Quinn McDaniel 2-run home run that was hit the straightaway center field. Long pause from Cole. Here's the 1-0. That one misses low and away for a ball. It's 2-0. Austin Cole, as we talked about, struggling with his command tonight. He's given up 3 hits, 2 runs total. As that fastball's in there for a called strike, it's 2-1. Not sure this will be his last inning. There is action down in the Saugerties bullpen, so we'll see how much longer Rich Drewby keeps Austin Cole out there. Obviously, only a 7-inning game, so don't really have as much to worry about with how long you push that bullpen. As that one's hit hard towards short on the ground. Berghammer fields it, flips to second for 1, throw to first. It's in time as Fugers picks that one out. It's another 6-4-3 double play. Listings retire, 2 down here in the bottom of the third. Quinn McDaniel to the plate, 7-2 Saugerties.
Jake, that was one of the best defensive plays made by the Stallions all season long. A tough play to make for Berghammer, just to glove the baseball, then to spin around, throw to second, on the money. The Renwick quick exchange, glove to hand, a toss to first. Fugers hauls it in, and that is a beautiful 6-4-3 double play.
Quinn McDaniel to the plate for the second time tonight. 1 for 1, 2-run home run, as we said, back in the first. First pitch from Cole went with a slider, misses away to the right-handed hitting McDaniel. Stallions lead 7-2. Bottom of the third inning here from Glens Falls. Saugerties won game 1 of this twin bill, 4-3. That fastball misses upstairs for a ball. It's 2-0. As the Stallions continue their season-long domination of the Dragons, have only dropped one game, came back at Cantine Field on June the 9th with a 13-12 Glens Falls win. That 2-0 misses high and tight to McDaniel.
We've seen a lot.
Count 3-0.
We've seen a lot of that from Cole tonight. A lot of pitches, especially fastballs, that have been high and inside to righties, high and outside to lefties. Maybe just releasing the ball a little bit too early.
Seen that a bunch tonight. Here's the 3-0. That one's in there for a called strike on the outside corner. 3-1. A ball that may not have been a strike, may have been off the plate, but we've seen home plate umpire in both game 1 and 2 tonight has given a little bit extra on both sides of the plate. The 3-1 from Cole. And gets that one in there for a called strike, as makes the count 3-2 to McDaniel with 2 down, as Napolitano moved his glove probably a good couple inches there.
That is a phenomenal frame job.
Full count, 2 outs. The payoff pitch from Cole. Swing and a miss. Went upstairs and gets McDaniel chasing, and that will retire the side. So it's an untraditional 1-2-3 inning for Austin Cole. We'll head to the fourth. Stallions lead 7-2. Top of the fourth inning from Glens Falls. Stallions lead 7-2. Another opportunity for the Stallions to thank their sponsors. Helmsmore Toll Realty and Insurance, sponsor of Insurance Runs. iMedView Inc., independent medical review, world-class results, and local connections. IXL Health and Fitness Club, keeping the Stallions fit all season long. And J. Mullins and Sons Inc., masonry, excavation, building, and a whole lot more. Top of the fourth inning from Glens Falls. Stallions lead the Dragons 7-2. What has turned into a beautiful Tuesday night here in Glens Falls, New York. Noah Berghammer, the 2-hitter, leads things off for the Stallions. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Zach Vavasauer out there for another inning of work. Drops that in there for a called strike on the inside corner. Makes the count 0-1.
And 1 for 2 at the plate, but made an amazing play in the field. And in case you just missed it, the Stallions turned a 6-4-3 double play that I think is one of the best defensive plays of the year by Saugerties.
0-1 from Vavasauer. Hits Berghammer right on that left side. Appears to be okay. He'll take his base over at first. A hard fastball that gets Berghammer right in that front hip. And he'll get a, you could say, well-earned trip to first base after wearing that fastball from Zach Vavasauer.
Oh, man, and now that's it for Vavasauer. So, already, the third pitcher of the game for Glens Falls, and it's only the fourth inning.
So, new pitcher coming in for the Dragons. Step aside real quick. We'll introduce you to him on the other side. 7-2 Stallions, top 4, runner on first. Top of the fourth, 7-2 Stallions. Runner on first, no outs. For a new pitcher, Kieran Gibson in relief of Zach Vavasauer. Gibson, this is Gibson's 6th appearance of the season. 24.75 earned run average in 12 innings pitched. 10 strikeouts, 17 walks, 29 hits. As his first pitch to Josh Stevenson misses up for a ball. It's 1-0.
Well, yeah, you look at the outings this year, and he's had a couple rough ones. He's given up 7 earned runs, 8 earned runs, 9 earned runs in games.
1-0 to Stevenson is a curveball. Misses down in the zone, 2-0, and we're already getting a mound visit from the catcher, John Collins. So that was a quick right there. And I mean, this is a guy in Gibson who's really struggled this year. Somebody that the Stallions can, if they want to add some more runs on, if they want to get some more insurance runs, this is a great guy to do it against.
Yeah, and on the flip side, a chance for Gibson. Listen, you're down by 5. Stallions are playing really well. Chance for him to just work some stuff out.
Throw back over to first. Noah Berghammer back in there standing up. Stevenson at the plate. He is 0 for 1 tonight. Grounded out the second and the first. Had an RBI on that ground out. Walked into second. Advanced on a wild pitch and ended up scoring. Swings and fouls that fastball back towards the Saugerties dugout on the third base side. It's 2-1.
If you're Gibson right now, you just want to go out there and just throw strikes. If guys hit you 5 times, all right, fine, but don't walk anyone. That's why Vavasauer got pulled. His command just wasn't there.
Gibson down in the count, 2-1. Nothing away. Stevenson at the dish. Hits that one hard, first base side. It's going to be foul right between the wickets of first base coach Ronnie Kelder. Got to get the glove down, coach. Makes the count 2-2.
And he was hopping away from that thing.
If he had a glove, probably could have made a play.
I'd hope.
Stevenson even the count 2 apiece. Here's the pitch. Swings and fouls that breaking pitch back. First base side towards the Glens Falls dugout, and we'll do it again at 2-2.
Well, it seems like whatever that quick chat was between Collins, Keegan, and Gibson worked. He's been throwing strikes ever since that.
Here's the 2-2. Upstairs for a ball. Runs the count full to Josh Stevenson, who, as we said, is 0 for 1 tonight. Went 0 for 3 back in Game 1. Did have an RBI and a strikeout, so he's got a couple of RBIs tonight between Game 1 and Game 2 of this doubleheader. Counts full to Stevenson. Berghammer leads off first. No outs. Curveball outside corner. Called strike 3. First strikeout of the night for Kieran Gibson. Retires the first batter he faces. And it'll bring Kip Futures to the plate with 1 down here in the top half of the 4th.
That was a really good pitch from Gibson. And we'll see how he goes as this game progresses. But the first at bat, it didn't look all too bad out there. But now he has to face the top hitter in the Stallions lineup, at least in terms of power. Kip Futures.
Futures 1 for 2 tonight. Takes that first pitch fastball in for a ball. It's 1-0. Had a long home run over the left field fence back in the top half of the first inning. Struck out swinging his last time up. That home run for Futures was his now team leading 3rd of the season. Throw back over to first. Back and standing up is Berghammer. Futures, 348, 3 home runs, 22 runs driven in. Leads the team in home runs with 3, RBI with 22, and hits with 24. He's up in the count 1-0. Here's the pitch from Gibson. That one's hit hard towards third, off the glove of Whitaker and into left field. That's going to be a hit. Rounding second, heading to third is going to be Berghammer. Trotting in the second, standing up is going to be Futures. We'll see what they rule it. Looks like they're going to give him a hit there, as that was not an easy play for Whitaker, as he had the backhand one that was hugging the line. Just fair, so it's going to be a double for Kip Futures, 2nd hit of the night. So now it's runners on 2nd and 3rd, 1 out, top 4, 7-2 Stallions for Cade Verduzco.
Yeah, that was just out of the reach of Whitaker. He had a pretty nice jump on it, extended the glove, but Futures tucked it right along the foul line. And the Stallions once again in business, a prime opportunity to add to this lead.
Verduzco 1 for 1 tonight, single and a walk. Infield playing up against him as he gets under one. Hits it high, left field line. Stopler ranges over towards the wall, and he's going to watch it go out of play. So it's a long and high strike number 1 to Cade Verduzco.
Didn't Cade hit one just like that in his last at-bat?
He did. Got ahead in the count. Got a fastball he liked and crushed it, but just a little high and foul. Got to keep the weight back a little bit. Glens Falls trails by 5. Runners on second and third for the Stallions. Infield playing up for the Dragons. Outfield, pretty much straight away. Here's the pitch from Gibson. Curveball right off the numbers of Cade Verduzco. Looks like he's going to be okay. He'll take first base. Second batter to be hit this inning by a Glens Falls pitcher. First one, Berghammer, was hit by Vavasauer. And second one in Verduzco was hit by Gibson. So loads the bases up with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Stallions lead 7-2 as Albert Jennings trots to the plate. He's 1 for 1 tonight, has reached base twice. Now the stretch is Gibson, first pitch to Jennings. Is a chopper towards second. McDaniel has it. Fields on an awkward hop. Has to go the short way to first. It's in time. Jennings is retired, but touching home and scoring is going to be Noah Berghammer. That's going to make it 8-2 Stallions with 2 down here in the 4th.
Jennings is really good at that. When he has a job to do, when a guy's on third, he's been putting the ball in play and driving guys home. So nicely done by Albert Jennings. He'll get a nice round of applause from his team. He knew he had to go out there, do a job, first pitch swinging, and you'll trade that out for a run any day.
Verduzco and Futures also advance to their next station as that first pitch to Will Height in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. Verduzco leads off second. Futures leads off third. Will Height is 0 for 0 tonight. Yet to record an at-bat. Here's the 0-1. It's hit hard. First base line, but it's going to be foul. It's going to make it 0-2 as Will Height had a sac fly to left in the first. Hit by a pitch in the third. Has a couple of RBI tonight as well. So a productive night for the DH tonight out of Minnesota without even recording a hit for Andrew Wilhite. But he's down in the count 0-2, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Big looping curveball misses just outside. The left-handed hitting Wilhite makes the count 1-2 to him.
And Jake, just taking a look at my scorebook, all 10 Stallions have reached base at least once tonight.
It's a recipe for success of your Saugerties. The 1-2 is hit hard, fair down the right field line. Scoring is going to be Futures. Rounding third and touching home is going to be Verduzco. And heading in the second with a stand-up double. No, he's going to head for third as all the hands go up. It looks like the ball got lost. So right now, Wilhite stands on third.
And now he's going home. He's going to touch home.
Going home. They're going to say the ball wasn't stuck. The field umpire is going to head out there right now. So 2 runs scored for the Stallions to make it 10-2. Wilhite hit it down the right field line.
Looks like they're saying ball is, looks like they're pointing back to second. So I think Wilhite's going to head back to second.
You know, so the ball might have snuck under the fence. And at that point, it's going to be a ground roll double, and that's exactly what it is. So it's a double for Wilhite and a hard hit ball down the right field line. Scored Futures and Verduzco. Makes it 10-2 Stallions with 2 outs here in the top half of the 4th inning.
Man, this is such an impressive offensive game. 6 runs in the first, 1 in the second. After being shut out in the third, have thus far scored 3 in the 4th.
Jack Renwick to the plate now for the Stallions. 1 for 2 tonight. Had an RBI double and scored back in the first. Andrew Wilhite, who just doubled, leads off second with 2 down. First pitch curveball drops in there on the outside corner. For a called strike, it's 0-1.
Renwick already has 1 RBI tonight. Was an RBI double back in the first.
0-1 to him. Misses upstairs with a fastball. Runs the count even at 1 apiece.
And it's good to see this too, Jake, because even in the first game, the Stallions were hitting the ball okay, but they weren't hitting it like you'd maybe expect. So good to see these bats going and going often to the tune of 10 runs so far.
1-1 from Gibson. Curveball down in the dirt. 2-1. Gibson came in this inning in relief of Zach Vavasauer, who went 2 1/3, gave up a hit, 2 runs, both of them earned, 3 walks and a couple strikeouts for him. And at this point now, the bullpen for Glens Falls just looking to stop the bleeding, something they have certainly struggled to do tonight. Renwick up in the count, 2-1. Watches that one go low and away for a ball. It's 3-1.
And a situation for Renwick where if you see something you like, go for it. Otherwise, leave it. I think at this point, might as well just take a ball if it's not something you can work with.
Wilhite on second to 3-1. Misses down for a ball. Jack Renwick works a walk, so runners on first and second with 2 down here in the top of the 4th. Stallions lead 10-2 as Gene Napolitano heads to the plate. 0 for 1 tonight with a walk and a strikeout. Napolitano coming into this game, 370 on the season, 2 home runs, 9 runs driven in. Has a couple of runners out there on base for him to work with right now. The 8th batter to come to the inning for the Stallions, and Napolitano hits one high and deep towards right. Durkin backs up at the edge of the track. He'll settle under it and make the catch, and that will finally retire the side. 3 runs on 2 hits for the Stallions. They leave 2 on base. Saugerties leads 10-2 here on the Stallions Broadcast Network. Bottom half of the 4th inning, Nick Marola leads things off for Glens Falls. Takes that one for a strike. It's 0-1 here in the top of the 4th. Stallions lead 10-2. Have a new pitcher in for the Stallions. Get you his numbers in a moment as that one's fouled off by Marola. Makes it 0-2. Pitcher out there is not on the roster we have beside us, so when we get his name and information, we will get that to you momentarily. Counts 0-2 to Marola. The wind in the deal. That one's hit back up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. Marola reaches with a leadoff single, and the 4th consecutive inning that the Stallions have given up a leadoff base runner. That'll bring John Collins to the plate here, bottom 4, 10-2. Saugerties, nobody out, runner on first. Collins in the dish now. 0 for 1 tonight with the strikeout. First pitch to him. Misses low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. There's the pitch. That one is going to be fouled. First base side, it's 1-1. Brendan Hines is the new pitcher for the Stallions. He's from Rhinebeck High School. Wears number 32. This is his first appearance for the Stallions, recently added to the roster. As that one from him is in there, swung on a miss by Collins. Going to make the count 1-2. So apologies for that. Just waiting to get confirmation on the newest member of the Stallions. So Brendan Hines from Rhinebeck up in the count 1-2 to Collins after giving up a leadoff single to Nick Marola. Here's the pitch. That one's hit high in the air towards right. Right to Cade Verduzco will make the catch. First out of the inning, and that'll bring Cole Durkin to the plate. One down. Runner on first. 10-2 Stallions, bottom four.
So Rich Doobie going with a couple pitchers from just across the Hudson. He had Austin Cole from Red Hook. And out of Rhinebeck, it's the reliever Brendan Hines making his Stallions debut. He pitched a bit in the exhibition game a couple days ago. But this is his first time in real action.
Durkin takes that first pitch. Upstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. Hines relieves Austin Cole, who went 3. Gave up 3 hits, 2 runs. Both of them earned 2 walks and a couple of strikeouts as well. Hines works from the stretch. Here's the 1-0. That one's fouled. Protective netting behind home plate. Makes it 1-1 with 1 out.
And looking back at Austin Cole's performance, I think overall, again, anytime that a starting pitcher can hold the team to 2 runs or less over 3, 4, 5 innings, that's a win. That's a good start. His team is in a really good position, up by 8 runs, obviously. He did a nice job out there, I thought.
That one misses inside for a ball. 2-1. Early returns on Hines. Throws pretty hard. Like him. Pretty good stuff so far from him. Mixing in a little bit of an off-speed pitch as well. Getting into some experience here against some college-level competition. As he misses that one upstairs, it's 3-1. Durkin up in the count. Leading off first is Marola. Here's the pitch. That one misses high and wide for a ball. Ball 4. Durkin works a 1-out walk. Brings Jack Stopler to the plate. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4. Stallions lead 10-2.
Well, a low-pressure situation for Hines. I think for most pitchers, at least, 8-run lead. But this is a high school guy, who's trying to show that he can really compete at this level. So for him, he's going to make the most of this opportunity. It'll be really cool to see him shut things down and keep Glens Falls off the board here in the 4th. I'm intrigued to see, really just to see how long Rich Doobie is going to keep him in.
Hines threw a complete game when Rhinebeck won their Section 9 championship a couple weeks ago. That one misses upstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. He's 5'11", 185 pounds. Pitches, also plays some in the infield. Has pitched as fast as 85 in showcases in the past. Here's the 1-0. Swung on a miss there by Stopler. Makes the count 1-1 to him. Stopler, one plate appearance tonight, did walk back in the 2nd. Didn't come around the score. Hines checks the runner on 2nd. Here's the 1-1. That one misses upstairs and in for a ball. It's 2-1.
And Jake, a quick score update from around the league. Albany leading Amsterdam right now, 12-4.
Rather interesting. So here's the 2-1 to Stopler. Upstairs for a ball. It's 3-1 from Hines. And it's an Amsterdam team that struggled and lost to Oneonta a couple nights ago. Then comes into Saugerties and beats the Stallions 10-1. And now against Albany, struggling tonight. Here's the 3-1. Up and away for a ball. And Stopler will work a walk. It'll bring Kobe Brulette to the plate. 1 out, bases loaded. Bottom 4 as Rich Doobie heads them out. The Stallions up 10-2.
And when you take a look at the standings now, I think we're now at a point where you can legitimately look at the standings for the league and put some stock in things. But I think you look right now, the Stallions entered today, are currently 2.5 games back, and with a win tonight and a loss by Amsterdam, will be just a game and a half back. So a chance with a doubleheader sweep and an Amsterdam loss to be to really make a nice dent in that deficit.
Yeah, and the key's going to be when Stallions and the Mohawks face off, it's going to be about being able to beat Amsterdam, because that's been the Achilles heel this year for Saugerties. 2 wins against Amsterdam so far, as The Mohawks have really just dominated that series. So Rich Doobie heads back to the dugout after some words of encouragement for Brendan Hines in his first PGCBL appearance. Bases loaded, 1 out for Colby Brulette. Here's the pitch. It's that one high and deep towards center. Shackelford races back at the track, at the wall, reaches over his shoulder, and the ball's going to get down. 1 run scores, 2 runs scores. Rounding third is going to be Stoppler. Throw's going to be cut off, and he's going to head back to third. So it's a long RBI double for Brulette. Scores 2, and it's now 10-4 Saugerties.
Well, this game is not over. I think 10-2 lead looks pretty comforting, but the Dragons can hit. We've seen them put up some runs, and now Kyle Whitaker, if he can just drop in a base hit, could bring home 2 runs and make this somehow, some way, only a 4-run game.
So now runners on second and third, 1 out, bottom 4. Stallions lead 10-4 as Brendan Hines has a couple of base runners to work around here. First pitch, high and tight to Kyle Whitaker, as you said, John. Makes the count 1-0 to him. And obviously for Hines, probably some nerves right now.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know, first time pitching against pretty much primarily college-level competition. Whitaker's 0 for 1 tonight, grounded into a double play back in the second. Here's the 1-0. And there for a called strike, it's 1-1.
And what a cool experience this must be for him. A high school guy working with Rich Doobie, playing under the lights, big stadium, college players.
Counts 1-1, the pitch. That one's hit high and foul down the right field line and out of play. Makes it 1-2 to Whitaker. James Murphy awaits on deck, 0 for 1 tonight. Leading off second, it's Brulette. Just had that 2 RBI double. Leading off third, it's Stoppler. He's singled. Here's the pitch. That one's hit back to the box. Fielded by Hines. Looks to runner back to third. Fires the first. It's in time. And Whitaker is retired for the second out of the inning. Really nice job there by Hines to field the ball and look Stoppler back to third.
That was textbook. And the fact that he made that so routine and did it by the book tells me that this moment is not too big for him. You know, he was not thinking about other things. He was not overwhelmed. He made the play, got the out.
First pitch to James Murphy, low and away for a ball. Makes it 1-0. And you wonder how long, the leash is going to be tonight for a guy in Hines. Stallions still lead by 6. Still have 3 more innings to work with. 10 more outs to get. Bullpen remains quiet, but we'll see what happens when Saugerties gets to the plate, as that one's in there for a called strike on the outside corner. Makes it 1-1 to James Murphy, who's 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout. Here's the pitch. That one's hit chopped towards third and foul. Makes it 1-2 as Jack Stoppler had the duck there as that one was going right towards him off a hop. Off the bat of Murphy, who's now down in the count. 1-2, 2 outs.
Already 0 for 1 with the strikeout. So an opportunity for Hines to end this inning, only giving up a couple runs on that big hit, but would be a big accomplishment for him.
1-2, 2 outs, 2 on. Bottom 4. Stallions lead 10-4. A long look in from the righty Hines, and now he steps off as him and Gene Napolitano couldn't get on the same page. And obviously, with the runner on second, going through the more complicated set of signs, and for a battery that has not worked together yet this year, it can be difficult. Here's the 1-2. Misses just low and away, 2-2.
And that was a good spot, especially in a 1-2 pitch. I think some guys might have chased after it, but Murphy did not do so.
Brendan Hines looking for his first strikeout in a Stallions uniform. That one misses low and away. Murphy checked his swing, but didn't go. Makes the count full with 2 outs. Evan Keegan, the 10-hole hitter, awaits on deck for the Dragons. Hines, who has battled this inning, given up 3 hits, 2 runs, has walked 1. Looking to escape a jam here. Here's the payoff pitch. Just misses outside for a ball. And Murphy works a 2-out walk, brings Evan Keegan to the plate, and John. That's one that we've seen caught a strike tonight, too.
It is. That was close, but Hines has to move on from this because he's facing really the top bat in this lineup. The base is loaded. Yeah, there are 2 outs, but you're going to have to earn this one because Evan Keegan is a tough out. He's 1 for 1 already with a single.
You said Keegan singled back in the third. Second plate appearance tonight. Swings through that curveball for strike number 1. It's 0-1. Keegan didn't play in game 1 of the doubleheader. 7 of the 10 Dragons in the lineup tonight are new faces between Game 1 and Game 2. Here's the 0-1 from Hines. That one's hit high towards center. Shackelford, a couple steps in and towards his right. Settles under it and makes the catch, and that will retire this side. 2 runs on 3 hits. 3 runners left on base. We'll head to the top half of the 5th inning. Stallions lead 10-4. Top of the 5th inning, Stallions lead 10-4 after Glens Falls added a couple runs off Brendan Hines, making his Stallions debut. They're in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Nick Iverson leads things off, 10-1-2. Iverson, Shackelford, Berghammer due to come up to the plate for Saugerties here in the top half of the 5th frame. I almost just fell off my chair. Almost fell off my chair there, John.
Jake, you okay?
I'm all good there. Leaning a little bit to my right is Iverson. Hits that one straight up, shallow center field. Backtracking is Murphy, caught off by Listing, the center fielder, and he'll make the catch. For the first out of the inning, I'll bring David Shackelford to the plate, and man, that was a fun experience right there. Almost
Jake,
falling off the chair.
Yeah, I was got a little nervous there. I just see you start to tilt over a little more than you probably should have. Then you kept tilting and but you caught yourself. That's all that matters. You didn't fall all the way.
It's all about the recovery is more important. It's not about how hard you can hit, but you can keep moving forward.
How many times can you get back up when you get what's the speech that we're just talking about? The Rocky speech.
The Rocky speech is that curveball, David Shackelford, in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. Shackelford, 1 for 3 tonight. Grounded to short his last time up in the 3rd. As I was saying before I almost fell, here's the 0-1 to Shackelford. Swings and misses over that curveball. It's 0-2. This is Game 2 of a doubleheader between the teams. Saugerties won Game 1, 4-3, thanks to 2 runs in the top half of the 7th. Only playing 7 tonight in both games because of the doubleheader. Shackelford down to the count 0-2. The pitch misses outside for a ball. It's 1-2, and with the conclusion of game number 1, John, we are officially now past the halfway point of the summer 2021 season.
It is crazy to think about that. The season has flown by, but still plenty of baseball left to be played.
Swing and a miss. Shackelford when chasing after an upstairs fastball for the 2nd out of the inning. And that'll bring Noah Berghammer to the plate with 2 down, top 5, 10-4 Saugerties.
And the Stallions, they know they're not into the clear just yet with this game, but in a pretty good spot. 5th inning again. This game just 7 innings long, but you still would love to see them put up some more runs here.
Berghammer 1 for 2 tonight. Hits that one sharply towards 3rd. Backhanded by Whitaker. Long throw across the diamond. Scooped by Keegan, but it's not in time. And Berghammer is going to reach on an infield single. Nice play by Whitaker to get it, but not the strongest of arms from third base there. And Berghammer, one of the faster players on the Stallions team, able to beat it out. So Saugerties gets a runner on first with 2 down here in the 5th. And they lead 10-4.
And it looked like that sharply hit grounder had Whitaker on his back foot. So a lot of times when you're kind of leaning back, you know, they talk about it a lot in football with quarterbacks, but you're going to have a bit of a weaker throw when you're throwing off your back foot. You can't really get your momentum forward.
Stevenson 0 for 2 with the walk tonight. First pitch to him is hit high and deep towards left center field. Ranging over is Listing, calling him off. is Stoppler, who dove and made the catch. What a catch by Jack Stoppler. And that retires his side. Came all the way from left field. The shallow, pretty much center field, went full extension, made the catch. Wasn't sure right away. And the umpire called Stevenson, who was robbed of a hit, out there. So Stallions get one on. They leave him on first. We'll head to the bottom half of the fifth with Saugerties up 10-4. Saugerties Stallions baseball brought to you by Jim Howick Seamless Gutters. Protect your home with Jim Howick. Jolly Cow, the Jolly Cow in Lake Katrine, because everybody loves ice cream. Lyman Institute of the Northeast climbed to a successful career. Main Street Restaurant voted the best Mexican restaurant in the Hudson Valley. Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, the strikeout sponsor for the Stallions. And Mirabelle's Restaurant, perfect for friends and family tonight and every night. Bottom half of the fifth inning, Jake Starr, John Gross joining you live from Eastfield here in Glens Falls. Stallions lead the Dragons 10-4 as the top of the lineup is due up for Glens Falls. Corey Listing will lead things off. He is 0 for 1 tonight, grounded into a 6-4-3 double play back in the third. And the first pitch from Brendan Hines back out for another inning of work. Misses outside for a ball. It is 1-0.
We'll see how long of a leash Rich Doobie offers to Hines after giving up a couple in the last inning.
1-0 hit sharply towards third. Iverson up with it, fires across the diamond. Nice pick by Fugers. It's in time, and that retires Listing. 5-3 in the book brings Quinn McDaniel to the plate with one down, bottom five, 10-4 Saugerties.
And that play required a lot of concentration, both by Iverson, who, when that ball first came to him, took a hop off of his body or off his glove. Then he found it, threw it over, and then a great scoop and grab at first by Kip Futures. So a nice job by the corner infielders in the Stallions. It's been a very good defensive game today for Saugerties. That's been very impressive tonight.
McDaniel 1 for 2 tonight. Struck out back in the third. Hits that one high and foul over our vantage point behind home plate. Makes it 0-1. McDaniel had the first 2 RBI of the night for Glens Falls. Had a long 2-run home run over the center field fence, about 400 feet to straightaway center field. Hines up in the count 0-1. Here's the pitch. That one's hit hard towards left field. Jennings ranges over, and he makes the catch on the line. And that will be the second out of the inning. It'll bring Nick Marola to the plate. 2 down, bottom five.
Well played by Jennings. That was a ball that it wasn't hit completely on a line, but came out to him with some pace. And a lot of times with those balls, you have no time to think about it. That's solely reaction. So he reacted well to it, got over to it, made the grab. 2 quick outs.
Marola, 1 for 2 tonight, singled and scored in the last inning. First pitch to him. Outside corner for a called strike from Hines. 0-1, and Brendan Hines looking a lot more comfortable here in his second inning of work as he has quickly retired the first 2 hitters. And the first 2 hitters in this Glens Falls lineup. Spikes that fastball, gets by the catcher Napolitano. Makes it 1-1 to Nick Marola.
Seems to like the 2-seam fastball a lot. Has good movement on it, too.
Brendan Hines, an inning and 2/3 so far. He's given up 2 hits on 3 runs. Misses with that fastball. Makes it 2-1 to Marola. No action currently in the Stallions bullpen. See how long Marola is stretched out for tonight. The 2-1. It's hit hard towards left again. Once again, right to Jennings, who lost it in the lights. And it gets by him and is going to roll all the way to the wall. Marola is the second. He's going to hold there as the throw is in. And that's going to be an error on Albert Jennings, the left fielder. And Marola's at second with 2 outs. And John, looks like he just lost that in the lights.
It did seem like he lost it in the lights, and that was a very similar situation to what just happened on the flyout by McDaniel. It was hit very hard. Jennings did not have a lot of time to get under it and really track it. Kind of came right towards him, and yet lost it. It seems like he lost in the lights.
Brings John Collins to the plate. 0 for 2 tonight. Flew out the right, back in the 4th. Struck out swinging in the 1st. Has a chance to do some damage here as Nick Marola leads off second with 2 down in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch from Hines misses outside for a ball, 1-0.
It's also something you hate to see from Hines' perspective. Did a nice job to what seemed like get the 3rd out of the inning. Wasn't the case, and now he has to work through this with a runner on.
Here's the 1-0. And therefore a called strike. It's 1-1. Stallions lead 10-4. Saugerties got 6 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 3 in the 4th. Glens Falls got 2 in the 1st, 2 in the 4th. And are threatening now with 2 downs. 1-1 to Collins. Hines checks the runner and deals. Breaking ball down in the dirt. Nice block by Napolitano. Makes it 2-1. Bottom of the 5th in what's scheduled to be a 7-inning game tonight in Game 2 of this doubleheader between Glens Falls and Saugerties. 2-1 pitch. Misses outside and low for a ball. It's 3-1.
Yeah, and going to be a late night tonight. I think these games were scheduled to be played at 5 and 7. I don't think there's any realistic chance of the second game starting at 7, but it didn't start until after 8.
3-1 pitch. Swung on a miss on a fastball upstairs from Collins. Makes the count 3-2, 2 outs. Runner on second in Marola.
And Stallions players, Stallions fans, going to have to get used to these doubleheaders because we're gonna see a decent amount of them as this season moves on.
About an hour-and-a-half bus ride back to Saugerties out after tonight before turning around and having about a 2-hour bus ride there and back to Oneonta tomorrow before the Stallions then return home on Thursday to take on Albany. Counts full, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Collins. Swing and foul ball. Lost that one for a second.
I did too, actually. So we could see why it would be tough for Albert Jennings to make that play. We're losing it from up here.
Yeah, the lighting's a little awkward here. It's hard to see the ball off the bat.
It is.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who lost that one, John.
No, I thought he swung and missed it too.
Do it again at 3-2, 2 outs. Looking for his first strikeout is Hines. Here's the pitch. Misses that inside. So Collins will work a walk, and that'll bring Cole Durkin to the plate. 2 down, bottom 5. Durkin is 0 for 1 tonight. Walked and scored back in the 4th. Durkin, along with Marola, scored on an RBI double from Colby Brulette. First pitch to him. It's hit high and foul. Out of play to our left. Makes it 0-1 to Durkin. Another one who didn't play in Game 1 of this doubleheader. Collins leads off first. Marola leads off second. Stallions lead 10-4. Here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Here's the 0-1. Just misses outside for a ball. Makes it 1-1. That's been a strike all night, John, too.
That one has been close. We've seen the strike zone be a bit wide. We've seen it be tight, and I want to bring something up in a second.
That curveball also misses upstairs for a ball. This is the tightest the zone has been all night.
So I had this discussion earlier with Michael. I'm a big proponent of the robotic umpires to call balls and strikes. He was against it.
Here's the 2-1. Same spot. Also up for a ball. It's 3-1. And right now, probably. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm more of a traditionalist when it comes to baseball. I like the human element of the game. You know, I like the fact that there is a margin for error, and it's not perfect. Here's the 3-1. Upstairs for a ball. Ball 4, and you can now hear some words being uttered outside of that Stallions dugout. I won't repeat anything we hear as Rich Doobie makes his way to the mound. But before he does that, gives a nice little glance to the home plate umpire. There is action down in Saugerties' bullpen. Looks like it's Jarek Woodward warming up for the Stallions. So we'll see if this is it for Hines. I think he thought it was it as he started to hand the ball to Doobie, but Looks like it's just more to settle him down. Second time Doobie has taken a mound visit to talk to Hines. And, I mean, you're up 10-4, but obviously one swing of the bat can drastically change this ball game.
I like this a lot, though, because for the confidence of Hines, for a coach at this level, someone of the caliber of Rich Doobie, to believe in you in this much and want you to succeed and want you to try to work through these things, that's awesome. That's going to be something he remembers for a long time for sure, but it's also going to be something that's going to help him, I think, baseball-wise. I won't be shocked to see him come out here, get a strikeout, record this out, whatever which way he does it, but it'd be a nice boost because, like you said, he held that ball out like he was handing it over to Coach Doobie, thinking he was coming out of the ball game, but he's still in there.
Bases juiced, 2 outs, bottom 5. Stoppler at the plate, takes that one upstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. Stallions lead 10-4. As we said, one swing of the bat could drastically alter the outlook on this game. But an out here has the Stallions looking pretty with only 6 outs to get after this inning. Hines from the windup deals the 1-0. Upstairs again for a ball. It's 2-0. And if he loses Stoppler here,
that's it.
Might think this is going to be it for Hines.
Yes, I'd agree.
Down on the count 0-2 is Hines. Here's the pitch. This is that inside for a ball. It's 3-0.
And keep in mind, this is an inning that very easily could have ended. Albert Jennings misplayed a ball in left that, you know, the light certainly played a factor, but it was an error.
3-0. Drops in there for a called strike. It's 3-1. And I think it's definitely messed with Hines' psyche that he's definitely been squeezed a bit more this inning by the home plate umpire than he had back in the 4th. The 3-1. Upstairs, ball 4. Stoppler works a walk. Marola scores. Here comes Rich Doobie. That run that scored is not earned. And that's going to be it for Brendan Hines tonight. 1 inning and 2/3. Looked pretty good out there. Got some good experience for him. New pitcher coming in for the Stallions. We'll bring you to him right after this here on the Saugerties Stallions Broadcast Network. Dallas Hot Wieners call to the bullpen for the Stallions. It's Jarek Woodward making his 8th appearance out of the bullpen this season. A 4.09 earned run average with a save in 11 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts. Has yet to give up a walk and 11 hits. Comes in relief of Brendan Hines, 1 inning and 2/3, and leaves 3 runners on base for Woodward as the first batter he faces is Brulette. Bases juiced, 2 outs, bottom 4. That one's hit towards short. Berghammer reaches down for it and makes a nice catch on a looping line drive. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Jarek Woodward, and that will do it for the 5th. 1 run, no hits Bases are left loaded. We'll head to the 6th. Stallions lead 10-5.
Top 6 out of 7. Second game of today's doubleheader between the Saugerties Stallions and the Glens Falls Dragons. Stallions still a sizable lead, 10-5, as we enter the top of the 6th. Stallions baseball is brought to you by Nucker Auto Insurance. Over 50 years, 50 carriers, they've got you covered. PC Smith & Sons Hardware, Smith Hardware on Main Street, got a project? They can help. Peak Trading, need to lift it up or tied down. Peak Trading has the supplies. Pretorius and Conrad, Civil and Environmental Engineering and Land Surveying. Richards Electric, the Stallions lights turning on sponsor when the lights go out. Call Richards. Rip Van Winkle Country Club, bring your swing to the Rip. Rip's Auto Parts, the Stallions pitcher catcher battery sponsor. Rip's, your hometown auto parts store. And Saugerties Athletic Association, we're having fun, is what matters. So, Gibson remains on the mound. His first pitch is upstairs to Kip Fugers. 4-5-6 due up in this top of the 6th. Again, 10-5 Stallions. Put up 6 in the first, 1 in the second, and 3 in the fourth. The 1-0 is upstairs from Gibson, 2-0.
Stallions, obviously, you've seen Glens Falls kind of chip back away at things, so want to find a way to maybe get some insurance runs here.
Pitch to Fugers is fanned out, 2-1. A couple shout-outs. Arnold's and Ruth Gross wishing good karma, that everyone will be safe. Elizabeth Diltz watching from Arizona. Dion Gauthier, LFC, watching from Louisiana, home of Stallion center fielder and extra hitter Josh Stevenson. And now a 3-1 count on Kip Fugers.
Thanks, as always, everyone, for tuning in.
3-1 on Kip, who had that big home run back in the first, and he takes ball 4 inside. So Kip starts off the inning with a free 90 in the 6th inning out of 7. Again, these doubleheaders are just 7 innings apiece.
Currently on hour number 6, because game 1 started at 5. Looking at 10-11 here on the East Coast. So I guess in a traditional 9-inning game for 7 o'clock start, we'd probably be wrapping up right around now.
Yeah, I'd say so. Cade Verduzco has reached base in all 3 at-bats. Hits this hard down the third base. That's a fair ball. He'll round first. Fugers around second, will hold up at third. A stand-up double for Cade Verduzco, who is now 2 for 2 and has reached base in all 4 at-bats.
How about that throw by the left fielder Stopler? He threw it all the way from the foul pole past the third baseman Whitaker, who was the cutoff man there, and got it all the way almost back in. Good thing Adam Cray held Fugers at third, or else he would have probably been a dead duck.
Still nobody out. Albert Jennings has 1 ribby already. Has a single back in the first as well. He's been productive at all 3 at-bats. A single, a walk, and an RBI ground out. First pitch upstairs to Jennings, 1-0. Stallions on the road tomorrow at Oneonta. We'll have that broadcast for you here on the Stallions Broadcast Network, so make sure to join us for that. Should be a fun night as we make about a 2+ hour trip. 1-0 to Jennings. Dribbled fouled on the first base side. 1-1.
Yeah, lots of bus time. About 3.5 hours round trip today. Tomorrow's been probably about 4.5 hours. So, if you don't enjoy bus rides, you better get used to them.
There's the 1-1 from Gibson to Jennings. It's a nice chunk of this into right field. That's a base knock. 1 run home. Verduzco waved around third. He'll score as well. How about this from Albert Jennings? A 2 RBI single, and the guy continues to impress. 12-5 Stallions, top of the 6th.
Yeah, so far tonight, Jennings is 2 for 3, has a walk, so he's reached base 3 of the 4 times he is up. And the one time he didn't reach base, he still had an RBI on a ground out this second.
And Gibson is done. A pitching change on the way for Glens Falls. 12-5 Stallions, first and second, and still nobody out of the 6th. Back after this in the Stallions Broadcast Network.
Let's do it.
Still top of the 6th. No outs and runners on first and second as Christian Grigas takes the mound, making his 3rd appearance of the season against the Stallions. An 0-run record, 11.81 ERA, 7th overall outing of the year. Again, now 3 of which have come against your Saugerties Stallions.
0-1, you said, John. His 7th appearance so far this year, and he's got work to do as he's got a runner on base there in Jennings. Nobody out still.
Andrew Wilhite has 4 RBI so far. He watches a pitch low, 1-0. Started the game off with a RBI sacrifice fly out. Then was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. And then drove home a pair of runs with a double in the 4th. Jennings stands on first base. Jennings has now a 3 RBI day. Leads off at first. Grigas the lefty. Deals to the lefty Wilhite high, 2-0. 12-5 Stallions, top 6. And no outs with the runner on first. Twelve to 5 score, 12 to 5 advantage in hits as well. And Grigas will toss it to first. Jennings slides head first safely. So you mentioned the long bus rides, Jake. Do you watch movies? Do you watch videos, podcasts? Just sit there, enjoy the scenery?
It depends. I usually try to have work to do when I travel long distances. That one's a strike, the Will Height. Today was rewatch an old broadcast, went through all that. So, usually try to do prep or try to just do like some housekeeping things because you're on a bus for an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's a great time to get things done. It's not like there's anywhere else you can be. So, great time just to do other work.
There you go. Jake Starr, very hard worker.
What's your bus ride go-to usually?
The 2-1 misses inside, now 3-1. I don't know, I watch YouTube videos, listen to podcasts. Last week I started watching a show that I've talked about with you, Mayor of Easttown, and I watched it all on the bus rides, and then in one night, stayed up till like 5 a.m., and that was it. Finished the series. And Wilhite thought he had ball 4. Instead, it's called strike 2 in the outside corner. Full count now.
Heard it's a good show. I'm going to probably wait till I get back to school in the fall and then start watching it.
Well, Jake, as a you being a native of that area of Pennsylvania, you'll appreciate it. Wilhite under it to right. Durkin settles below and makes the catch. 1 out.
And Mayor of Easttown takes place in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. From Chester County, just probably you hop on Westchester Pike. I probably get to the Delaware County line in maybe 10 minutes.
They have one of the most unique accents in the U.S., I think. The Delco accent. You hear it in the show, too. They do a really good job. Jack Renwick swings and fouls back the first offering behind 0-1. It's a great accent.
And it's Kate Winslet, right?
Yeah, she's from, where's she from? UK or
Yeah.
Australia? Something like that.
Wasn't she in Titanic?
You know what? You're going to hate me for this. I've never seen Titanic.
I've seen it a bunch just because my brother had like an obsession with that movie growing up. And he would always have it on. I don't think I've ever watched Titanic start to finish, but I've definitely watched it a lot.
0-1 push to right. And on the move, a sliding catch made by Durkin. He'll throw it back to first. It's offline. Would have been a double play, and that ball actually hit Ronnie Kelder. Jennings was taken off to second. Would have been doubled up. Should have been doubled up. But an errant toss by Durkin just hit Ronnie Kelder. So Jennings is safe. Oh, man.
Well, that was almost a disaster. And Kate Winslet was in Titanic in 1997. Would have been 22 years old when she made her appearance in that movie, joined alongside by Leonardo DiCaprio.
So two-way, Gene Napolitano. He's hitless today, but fret not. He did reach in the first on a walk. So again, that streak of reaching base in every game he started is alive. First offering from Grigas misses down and in, 1-0. Now, talked about the accents from Delco and in that movie, which again they do a really good job of. Do you have a favorite accent from somewhere in the U.S.? The region that you like the most?
I love the New York accent. I'm a big fan of that one. You do a pretty good one. I mean, you're also from the area.
Right. So I've grown up hearing it as the 1-0 settles in 1-1. So I guess I do a pretty good impression of a New York accent. I think my favorite, and I guess it's, maybe some people do sound like this, but it's mainly just this one guy, Ed Orgeron. Whoa, this one launched out to right field off the bat of Napolitano. Looking up, and it is gone. Wait, no, it's caught. Reaching up just short of the wall. See, Albert Jennings has a tough time seeing the ball. So do we.
I saw the home plate. The field umpire went like that, like he waved his finger.
Up his right finger, so I thought he was saying home run, but it's an out. Nonetheless, it's been a long night here, Jake, as we head to the bottom of the 6th. 2 more runs for the Stallions, and it's 12-5 Saugerties right here on the Stallions Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 6th, Stallions Baseball is brought to you by the Saugerties Athletic Association, where having fun is what matters. Sawyer Chevrolet and Sawyer Motors. The Sawyer Motors Car Show takes over Saugerties Sunday, July 11th. That is this Sunday. Stella Artois, distributed by Duchess Beer Distributors. Grab an ice cold Stella at the Stallions Watering Trough Steyr, celebrating over 50 years of keeping you on the road. Suncommon, a solar company with a purpose beyond profit. And the computer guys, don't get robbed by the other guys. Call the computer guys. So Jarek Woodward remains on the mound for the Stallions. He'll face Kyle Whitaker. First pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1. 12-5 Saugerties, bottom of the 6th. Whitaker 0 for 2. This time kept his bat back, 1-1, down and outside. It's a righty-righty duel in the bottom of the 6th. And pitch foul back. Count now 1-2.
Albany beat Amsterdam 12-4. How about that?
Is that final? Yeah, that's final. 12-4. Albany crushing Amsterdam. So with a win here, the Stallions will now be just a game and a half of first place.
Had to write that out on my book to do some quick math there.
1-2, Whitaker lofts it up. First base side, Futures under it. Had all day to get there. And he has it, one down.
Good play, Kip. First out of the inning there. And I mean, he's got 5 outs to work with. And I think the goal is for Woodward to finish this game. I mean, everybody's got their sweatshirts on down in the Stallions bullpen. Nobody warming up. So, yeah, the goal is definitely for Woodward to finish this game. Hopefully he just stays out of trouble now.
First pitch offered up to Murphy is smoked out to center. But time for Shackelford to get there. 2 outs. Now, I wonder if Woodward goes to Grand Canyon University. I wonder if he's a Phoenix Suns fan.
Let's take a look at how that game's going tonight, John. Probably only about halftime now with those late start times. Third quarter, Phoenix up 62-52. 10-17 to go. See that? Hit on my time, hit on my score, John. Broadcasting 101 right there.
Now, he is from Seattle, Washington, so maybe he was a Supersonics fan back in the day.
Rest in peace to the Supersonics.
Yeah. 2 outs for Evan Keegan.
You can never relate to having your hometown team move out of your area, right, John?
Oh, man, as the first pitch misses low, my Instagram bio still says R.I.P. New Jersey Nets. I'll never get over it. I never will. Nothing will ever heal the wound of a team that you love moving. 1-0 is down, 2-0.
But at least they moved, just over the border to New York. Seattle moved halfway across the country and way down south to Oklahoma.
I guess, but it's a slap in the face. Swing and a miss. Now 2-1. Again, 12-5 Stallions, bottom of the 6th. And yeah, I mean that's true. I can still go to games. I go to maybe one a year. I did go to a playoff game earlier this season against the Celtics, but it's not the same. There was something about being from New Jersey and rooting for New Jersey's NBA team. 2-1 fell back, and it wasn't just me. My dad grew up a Nets fan, but my grandparents, who I'm guessing are watching, they would go to New Jersey Nets games at the Rutgers Athletic Center. They actually used to play at Rutgers.
The Rack.
The Rack. There's the 2-2 from Woodward with 2 outs. The righty kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union strikeout closes the door in this 6th. Then we head to the last, top of the 7th after this. All Stallions in Game 2 of tonight's doubleheader. 12-5 Saugerties and the Stallions Broadcast Network. Apologies for the technical difficulties, but we are back online, we believe. And the Stallions were just set down 1-2-3, so we head to the bottom of the 7th. Still 12-5 Stallions on the Saugerties Stallions Broadcast Network. On the mound for the Stallions. And his first offering just misses. He has to go through the top of the order in Corey Listing, who is 0 for 2. Did walk back in the first. 1-0 from Woodward is line to right field. This could be extra bases. Listing hustles around first, and he will retreat back to first with a single to start off the bottom of the 7th. And Jake, we do have some exciting news. I mentioned earlier, the car show is this Sunday, July 11th, so everyone needs to come out for that. But in addition to that, we will be having Sundays with the Stallions, joined by New York State Senator Michelle Hinchey.
You know, we talked about last night, John, if we could ever get, we talked about politicians and getting them on broadcast. Well,
Yeah.
we got one. And then home game against Oneonta at night, so it should be a fun day. Come on out to the car show and then show out the Cantine later that night.
So 1 on and Listing as McDaniel watches low. 1-0. Did you get thinking to that question? I forget. Did you give an answer?
What was the question?
The question, if you could interview a president about something not political, what would you ask them about?
I would just ask, like what's their daily life look like?
Okay. Here's the 1-0. It's chopped foul, first base side. 1-1. Nobody out. Bottom 7. 12-5 Stallions. They put up 6 runs in the first, the most runs the Stallions scored in the opening frame of game this season. Glens Falls responded with 2. Then the Stallions put up 1 more in the second, 3 in the fourth, 2 in the bottom. Then Glens Falls responded with 2 in the bottom of the fourth as Woodward delivers the 1-1, pushed up to center. Back goes Shackelford. He's there. 1 out.
2 more from completing a nice little sweep tonight. I think a much-needed sweep, and I think this game, too, is a much-needed explosion offensively for the Stallions. They just need to get some confidence back after struggling with the bats for a few games there.
So 3 runs for the Stallions in the fourth, 2 for Glens Falls in the fourth, 1 for Glens Falls in the fifth, then 2 more for the Stallions in the sixth, as this one is rolled into left field, scooped up by Jennings off the bat of Nick Marola. It's runners on first and second for Glens Falls. Still 1 out, still 12-5 lead, bottom of the 7th in favor of Saugerties.
Not really much pressure there. This is going to be Woodward's inning. No action down there in the Stallions bullpen. Up by 7. Just trying to throw strikes. Get outs here. Get out of here.
One out for John Collins. Takes upstairs, 1-0. Yeah, I'm excited for the car show. One of the coolest parts of the summer every year. I'm not even a big car guy. I think we talked about this in the broadcast.
Your dad will be here, right?
Yeah, my dad's going to be there. They're having an electric car section, so he'll be a part of that. Fastball outside, 2-0 from Woodward. Not a safe situation for Woodward, but still an opportunity to get a couple innings under his belt. As he delivers on the 2-0, sent back foul, 2-1.
Collins up, who, strikeout, fly out, and walk. Had his number pretty much today.
Woodward ready. He's on the 2-1 with 1 away. Kicks and delivers, drops it. No, thought that was in there for a strike. He's on the outer portion, full count.
Little makeup call right there. Woodward here, maybe try to bury a sinker in, get a double play rolled up.
Count is full with 1 down in the 7th. The final inning of tonight's doubleheader. Upstairs, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. the base is juiced. It's Cole Durkin, and Glens Falls, they have low 1-0.
Obviously, bases loaded, infield, outfield, playing pretty much normal depth.
1-0 tap back. 1-1 now the count with one away in this bottom of the last, bottom of the seventh. Been nearly 6 full hours of, well, since we started. We did about a half-hour break between the two games.
About 5.5 hours combined.
Long day of baseball, but an opportunity for the Stallions to get another win in the win column. 1-1 past the swinging bat of Durkin, who was 0 for 1. He has walked twice. We talked about the loss by Amsterdam to Albany. 12-4 defeat for the Mohawks against the Dutchmen. And with a win here in the second game, Stallions will be just a game and a half back of first place. And the 1-2 home, tapped away. Just foul, 1-2, remains the count.
And Oneonta tomorrow, a team that the Stallions have yet to lose to this season. 6-0, I believe, against the Outlaws. So another chance to go out there and hopefully take care of some business. And, you know, only going to be a game and a half back of Amsterdam after tonight's events conclude. After the way Sunday went, Stallions are fortunate to be in that situation. Now they have to pounce on it.
1-2 delivery. Woodward kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union K. And there's 2 outs in the 7th.
Only the 5th strikeout for Stallions pitchers tonight. They came into the day averaging about 8.5 per game. So definitely on the lower round, but it's not a team that strikes out a lot of guys. They pitch to contact. And, you know, that reward also comes a risk if you're not locating your fastball or mixing your pitches well enough.
Jack Stolper is a walk away from his 4th walk of the game.
The Golden Pantalones?
Yes, as he watches a strike in the outside corner.
Actually, I have him singling in the 4th. Unless I'm wrong.
I could be wrong. There's a chance I'm wrong.
Let me, No, you are right. He does have 3 walks.
There we go, 3 walks. That's the 0-1. And he went around 0-2.
So I wrote single instead of walk.
Well, Woodward is a strike away from ending this game. The bases loaded, 12-5 Stallions, bottom of the 7th. 0-2 count with 2 outs. Saugerties looking to complete the doubleheader sweep of Glens Falls. Woodward looks to third. Now comes home. The 0-2, swing and a miss, and that is all she wrote for today's doubleheader. 5 hours and 40 minutes after kicking off this twin bill, the Stallions wrap up a sweep on the evening on the road against Glens Falls. 12-5 the final in Game 2 after a nail-biting 4-3 win in the first leg. Jake, a great response for the Stallions. Close game in the first game, but really they picked up quickly in the second game, and that first inning just set the tone for the rest of the night.
Yeah, you saw with all the days off, the rust. We saw it Sunday. We saw it Game 1 tonight. But I think finally having just a chance to play back-to-back games, you know, even though they're both in the same day, I think gave the Stallions a chance to kind of get their legs back under them, eliminate that rust, and you saw the results tonight.
12-5 Stallions victorious. Again, the Stallions are on the road tomorrow, 7 o'clock first start, right? 7:05 first start?
Oneonta, yeah, 7:05.
7:05 at Oneonta. We'll have that broadcast for you on the Stallions Broadcast Network. Until then, this has been Saugerties Stallions Baseball on the Stallions Broadcast Network. A big thanks to all of you for joining us for both games tonight. My broadcast partner, Jake Starr. My broadcast partner in Game 1, Michael Gross. I'm John Gross, signing off from Eastfield in Glens Falls. Saugerties now 18-7 on the season. Just a game and a half back of first place in the East. Have a great night, everyone. And remember, roll ponies.